to you by Blaze Farm and Fleet. Great brands, great value since 1955.
Don't let her knock us off here.
Lucy, go get in the picture. Come on.
Well, welcome back to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School Basketball Coaches Show presented by your local Pick and Save stores. We are live at Kettle Moraine High School. It's the 9th annual KM Tip-Off Scrimmage. On this show, we like to talk about young guns, new young coaches, guys that are making it happen. The new head coach at New Berlin West, Brandon Maddox, joins us. Brandon, it's good to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We became official friends on Facebook not too long ago. We're legit. And you know what? I don't know this young man, but I've just met him. But I have to tell you, after spending a couple of minutes going back and forth on Facebook, I'm going to be a fan of his. And I think he's going to do great work at New Berlin West. Let's talk a little bit about your journey and how you got here.
Yes, sir. So you know Marcus Hines.
I do know Marcus.
I'm actually in the process. We're trying to get him in the Hall of Fame, right?
I'm in.
3 times.
I'm in. You tell me how I can help.
Exactly. So we were at, I was at Vincent with him, and then we made the trek over to Homestead. So we were there for 2 years, coach at the North Shore, got a good lesson on suburban basketball, and seen Coach Showalter twice a year. So
that's good.
Learned a lot there.
You always learn something from Show, you know that.
And then came back and coached at Vincent under Hines again as his varsity assistant in the city conference. We had Deontay Burton, some of those kids, and we had a great run. And Coach Hines has done a lot for me and projected me to where I am now.
You know what? He's done a lot for a lot of people.
For sure.
I'm a big fan of his, and he's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, he's living it up now.
He sent me a text not too long ago and asked me about a guy that I had on Faith in the Zone, who's a head pastor of a church in Charlotte, North Carolina, because he wanted to get over to that church, and he's a good guy. Hey, look, we are, again, at Kettle Moraine. We've got just a ton of people, including the entire New Berlin West team. Here's what I know, Coach, because I watched you in your first game against Watertown. This team is excited to play basketball.
I hope so. You know, we talked about it a lot. We're just trying to change the culture at West and make it to a point where boys are excited to play and it means something to wear that blue and gold.
And that's important.
It's a very important. You know, look, the youth all the way up.
These juniors that are now seniors, these kids, they've been through a lot.
Correct.
You know, they've 4 coaches
in 2 years.
In 2 years, and some people might think that that's a bad thing.
Right. And I look at it, you know, as far as mental toughness. To me, there's not a tougher group of boys around. You know, and I've come in. You know, I kind of cracked the whip a little bit to start the year. There's been no question they bought in from day one, and I think we're starting to see results on the floor. They're excited. They're excited to play basketball.
You know, when you get into the Woodland, there's a big difference between Woodland East and Woodland West.
Yes, sir.
And that Woodland West right now is the top dog. And when you look at that conference, you look at Eisenhower, and you look at Milwaukee and Greendale and Pius, Wauwatosa West, I've seen them.
Yes, sir.
They're picked 5th out of 6 in their conference. They're loaded.
Yes.
And so, you know, I don't think it's bad for a young guy, first-time head coach, that right now expectations, at least throughout the public, are that, okay, New Berlin West might not be a team that we have to worry about. But you know what? If they sleep on this group, from what I saw against Watertown, you know, they get after it a little bit.
We're going to get after it, and I mean, I'll tell anyone not to toot our own horn and stuff like that. But Woodlands West, to me, that's some of the best basketball in the state of Wisconsin, from top to bottom. And you know, we got to get in there and we got to state who we are and make a claim and be aggressive and just make a foothold in that conference. And you know, we're here. That's kind of where we're at right now, and the boys are excited. So we're just ready to go. We're just very excited to get going.
And I'll tell you what, let's talk a little bit, if we can, about some of these kids that have been in the program, that if we come out to watch New Berlin West play, and we don't want to miss anybody, but if there's a couple of kids that have been in the program a bit, a couple of seniors that we need to watch, who would they be?
So for seniors, as far as participation, Sammy Alfahel has probably had the best summer for us is in the program. Sammy's number 33. He's put a lot of work in, and he's a kid. I sat down with him last spring and said, "This is what I need you to do if you want to get in the floor in 100 minutes," and he did it, without question. Now we're really led by our junior class. I mean, we're heavy at the junior spot. Zach White started as a sophomore. A lot of leadership on him last year, and so he can fill it up.
Do you know the best thing that happens to a sophomore?
Yes, sir.
Is they become a junior.
Agreed.
Man, they grow up just a
Agreed.
little bit. They maybe get their driver's
Agreed.
license.
Agreed.
For the first time they actually look at a girl, it's like perfect for those guys.
And so the nice thing about that junior class too is now that they're coming off that sophomore year, where some stuff, when you're coaching them, some of that stuff's taken as maybe as a personal thing. Where now I can be honest and tell them what I need them to do, and it's taken as coaching because they know I want to win.
I think that's important, and if you're led by juniors, it's so nice that they're going to know what you're looking for. Did you coach at the end of last year?
Yes, sir.
So you're the interim?
I filled in as the interim, and then they named me the head coach.
That slide over 6 inches, and we talk about that on the show a lot, is a big slide, man.
Yep.
That is that's a huge step to go from being that assistant. You've been an assistant for a bit, and then to move over, and especially mid-season, the way it happened, and all of a sudden say, all right, boys, eyes are on me because I'm the guy.
Yeah. And so it was. So those last 5 or 6 games that we coached there, I just tried to weather that storm and be that rock for them, and just like, this is where we're going. I'm going to steer the ship. Just get on. Just come with me. And they did that. And that's where we're at. And I think that's why we're seeing the progress that we're seeing this early. And that's why I'm excited. I'm excited for West basketball.
Hey, you grew up in Marshfield,
Wisconsin.
and you
Wisconsin
knew you
Valley.
wanted to be a coach for a long time.
Yes, sir.
So this is kind of your dream for you.
This is the dream. Yep. So some guys say, I want to coach college basketball. No, I don't want to do that. I would love to be at West. I mean, for me, I'd like to get my roots here, establish this program, and
Are you in the building?
I am in the building.
What do you teach?
I teach special ed.
Man, good for you.
A lot of
patience.
A lot of patience. Great kids. West community, for me, has been unbelievable. To me and my family, supportive. Whatever you need, coach. And as you know, not all coaches get that from administration. And,
right.
And so I have it, and it's great. And if you've been to West, you've seen the facilities.
Yes.
It's top notch.
It is. Do you know? And Louis was there a long time, so there's a chance that you could stay a long time.
Correct.
There. It's not where that administration over there gets kind of gun shy and says, "Boy, he's had a bad year." Well, you know what? If you're building a good program, you might have peaks and valleys. But if you have a good administration that said, that's our guy, and let's stay with him, or we're going to ride with him, that's a great place for you to be.
And I came in day one, and I told them, I might be crazy sometimes, but just support me, and we'll get it going in the right direction. And they, from day one, whatever you coach, if it benefits the boys, they're with it.
Hey, Coach, you're married, got 3 kids?
Yes, sir.
Your wife is here. What is her name?
Anna Maddox.
And that's beautiful. She's a beautiful gal.
Yes,
I
did well.
I always say on this show that heaven has a special place for coaches' wives.
Yes.
Because they are not just coaches' wives; they're part of the program. And I'm looking. Your other kids, 13-year-old,
13. Anaya Marie. That's my oldest. She turned 13 on Wednesday.
Man, happy birthday, now.
Yep. And so Jordan, my son, running around. He's 6.
Okay.
Just a stick of dynamite. Loves the gym. I think he feels he's on the team.
That's great.
He feels he's on the team.
Well, if you get up by 30, put him in.
We may.
Let's see if he can get some time.
He could probably run the plays.
Yeah,
I tell you that.
That's awesome.
And then my youngest is Lucy B. Right here.
Lucy B. She's cute. She
Yeah.
turns 2 today.
Yeah, she's just
In fact,
I love her.
when we go to a break, I'm going to talk to these basketball boys as we're getting out of break about singing her happy birthday, and we'll do that in a minute.
Got it.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about your schedule.
Yes, sir.
You might as well jump in the fire, open up at Milwaukee Vincent, right? Why not?
So we talk about that coaching tree with Marcus Hines. So Ravante Dantzler's the head coach over there, very good friend of mine. And so I told him, I was like, I would like to come play my old stomping grounds, and like, I'll come by you this year, you come over by us next year.
Yeah.
Just that creating that, and I, being a city guy, that city-suburban connection needs to happen a bit more.
I think so as well.
And I'm with that, and our doors are gonna be open, and I'm open to that. And so that's where we're moving, because I've been on both ends now.
Yeah.
Where some of the city guys are, well, we don't want to go out there and that kind of stuff.
Come on out,
let's do it, and we'll come to you.
Yeah.
And so that's just having that. I think that's good for basketball.
Hey, you know what? I love rivalry games.
Yes.
I like crosstown stuff.
Yes.
Different feeling when you play New Berlin Eisenhower than when you play Shorewood.
Oh, without a doubt. So the thing with that is, you got to remember, these boys have been playing those kids since their 3rd grade. So you're going to build that. I mean, they know each other. They go to the grocery store. A lot of times they're the same grocery store.
There's not a lot of love lost. These
love.
boys don't really like Ike much, right?
I don't know if that's how I'd look at it, but we're gonna.
No, they look at it. They know.
See,
No.
but they're not on the radio right now. They have to be.
You got to be politically correct. But you know what? I'll tell you this: if they said no, we love those guys,
Yeah.
I'd know there was a problem.
Correct.
There would be a problem. football, it doesn't matter, because what happens then in the off season, somebody's gonna be able to walk a little bit, walk a little cocky, and look at an Ike guy and say, look, we got you twice last year, so what do you got to say? That kind of stuff.
We get Ike twice this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they might put a statue of me up.
You know what? Yeah, hey,
Coach Scheidinger's got it running over there.
You get 2 wins in it, so both against Ike, you get a lifetime contract.
We're good.
Coach,
I'll get an extension, no problem.
I promise you that we're going to have you come in the studio.
Great, I love it.
I want to spend, that's a 2-hour show that we spend a full hour and we talk about these kids on an individual basis. We talk about your life, your community, your family.
You got it.
You've got a beautiful family.
I appreciate that.
Man, welcome, and it'll be fun. We'll stay in touch.
Awesome.
Hey, before we go, boys, you guys ready? Lucy,
here we go.
As we're going out to break, give us a minute back there, Mitch. We're going to sing happy birthday to 2-year-old Lucy. Ready, boys? Let's go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. You can hear it. Thank you for listening. This is the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School basketball coaches show. Little Lucy, 2 years old today. Lucy Maddox, well done. We're presented by your local Pick and Save stores on Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan.
We're noodles and